Good evening, everybody out there on YouTube. Welcome to Raiter Live, Trivia Night with Raiter Live. We're going to get started here in about 2-3 minutes here. I want to give everyone a chance to go out and get some pen and paper if you're going to play each other at home. If you're going to play your friends that are not in quarantine, or everyone's in quarantine, but if you're going to play your friends that aren't at your house, give you a chance to text them, text your scores back and forth. I'm going to have 10 regular questions worth 1 point apiece. And I'm going to have a final mystery round where there'll be 4 questions worth 2 points apiece. Now, as you know, I usually host trivia around Minneapolis area. We can't do that right now. So this is just going to be for fun. Let's have some fun. You guys can place any bets you want between each other. We're going to get this thing started here. Let's go 2 minutes. Alright, it's hard to tell if everyone's ready here, but it is almost 8 o'clock, so we're going to give it a couple minutes for a few more people to sign in. Looks like we got 18, 19 people already, so that's going to be a good time here tonight. Let's get the music going. Music tonight, courtesy of a band called Chill 7. We're going to have that playing throughout the night here, just kind of relaxing in our quarantines and our homes here. Gonna go grab myself my beverage and we'll start right when I get back. Alright, and since this is our first show, we do have some technical things I have to make sure to figure out if you guys can hear me alright. Had to go check upstairs, make sure all the sound was right. Sounds like you can hear me now. So if everyone's ready, you got your pens and papers ready to mark down your answers. I'm going to give you a question. In this first round, I'm going to give you a question, give you some time to answer it. Write it down on there. Show it to your partner, then I'll show the answer. If you get it right, you get 1 point. If you don't get it right, you get 0 points. First 10 questions are worth 1 point apiece. So let's get it started. These are going to be your categories for the first 10 questions that we have here. So if you know a little bit more about how we do things around here, usually we have a point system where you can wager more and less. We don't have that right now, so we're just going to call everything 1 point apiece. But those are going to be our categories for this evening. If you want to take a peek here. By the way, our questions tonight are provided by Sporkle Live. Thank you, Sporkle Live, for the question set. As I said, this is a little new for me here. I'm usually performing in front of a crowd, not in front of my screen, so forgive me a little bit. And here we go. Let's go to question number 1. The Great River Road is a collection of roads that roughly follow the course of what river through 10 states? Once again, question number 1. The Great River Road is a collection of roads that roughly follow the course of what river through 10 states? Alright, that should be enough time. Time is up. The Great River Road is a collection of roads that roughly follow the course of what river through 10 states? There's not many rivers that go through 10 states. So the answer is the Mississippi River. There it goes. Starts in Minneapolis, goes all the way down to New Orleans. The Great River Road does that way. Hopefully you're all off to a good start. We're going on to question number 2. What school's women's basketball team was the number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament each year from 2007 through 2018? I want to thank everyone again for tuning in here tonight. This is a brand new channel, Raiter Live. We put in our first talk show yesterday, Staying Home in Minnesota, with me and Ryan Hype. He is a singer here in Minneapolis for a band called Pop Rocks. Check them out at poprocksrocks.com. And check out the show. It was a good show. We talked about a lot of different things. We talked about beer. We talked about sports. We talked about movies. We talked about all sorts of things. So go ahead and check it out. That'll be about a weekly show. All right, question number 2. It seems to be enough time. What school's women's basketball team was a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament each year from 2007 to 2018? The answer is UConn, University of Connecticut, the Huskies. Always in there, just a juggernaut of a team. They were actually the number 2 seed last year, and that was the first time they were below that since whatever that was, 2007. First time below a number 3 seed, actually, since 93. So, picture of dominance. Moving on to question number 3. In the category of video games, vampire hunter Simon Belmont is the main protagonist in the first 2 installments in what video game series first released in North America in 1987? Used to play this game a ton as a kid. One of the hardest games I ever played. Finally beat it as an adult. Never beat it as a kid. Way too hard. As an adult, I finally beat it. Alright, so question number 3. Vampire hunter Simon Belmont is the main protagonist in the first 2 installments in what video game series first released in North America in 1987? Hope you got this answer correct. It is Castlevania. As I said, one of the hardest games I ever played as a kid. Castlevania 2 became famous from James the Angry Video Game Nerd as being one of the worst games he's ever played. I actually liked it. I beat that one as a kid. I couldn't beat the first one until I became an adult. Moving on to question number 4. In mythology, in Greek mythology, what son of Cronus and Rhea defeated the Titans alongside his brothers Zeus and Poseidon, claiming rulership over the cosmos? Once again, in Greek mythology, what son of Kronos and Rhea defeated the Titans alongside his brothers Zeus and Poseidon, claiming rulership over the cosmos? I don't know how many of you guys played Game of War back in the day. One of the most violent games I ever played. Love that game, actually. That was another hard game. I beat that one, though. Never played the remake. I don't know how good the remake is. Alright, time's up for question number 4. In Greek mythology, what son of Kronos and Rhea defeated the Titans alongside his brothers Zeus and Poseidon, claiming rulership over the cosmos? That is Hades. Hades received the underworld, Zeus received the sky, and Poseidon received the sea. Hades was the third brother. Hades. How you doing so far? 4 points in. Hope I'm not causing too many fights. Moving on to question number 5. In the 2010 film 127 Hours, based on a true story, Aaron Ralston is forced to self-amputate which part of his body? Once again, in the 2010 film 127 Hours, based on a true story, Aaron Ralston is forced to self-amputate which part of his body? Which is why I don't go hiking alone. That and I'm fat, and I don't like to hike. Curious if any of you guys at home have any family bets you're playing against here tonight. Let me know what those bets are, as long as they're appropriate for YouTube, down in the comments. I'd like to hear about them. I also like to know who won and what your scores were. So at the end, put your scores down in the comments, see how well you did compared to other people. Alright, once again, question number 5. In the 2010 film 127 Hours, based on a true story, Aaron Ralston is forced to self-amputate which part of his body? Bet you a lot of people said leg, arm. Hopefully no one said head. Answer is his arm. His arm. Every time I look at him, I just think of them terrible, terrible Spider-Man movies. I don't know why that is. Just can't get him out of there. He's just typecast for me to forever. Alright, let's move on to question number 6. In song lyrics, which U.S. president is the first person mentioned in the 1989 Billy Joel song, We Didn't Start the Fire? My friend Bobby used to sing this song all the time. Tried to sing backup for him. I used to go way too loud with the We Didn't Start the Fire. Get way too fired up. When you're singing with Bobby, you get fired up. He was that good a singer. So once again, this is the inaugural show. We'll probably do this every Saturday, I'm guessing, at 8 o'clock, so make sure you tell your friends to come back and play. Well, tell your friends via text. Don't go out and see them. We're all supposed to be locked in at home. But you can bet them over your phone. Do whatever you guys want to do. I'm going to try to make this more interactive once I can figure out how to do that. Maybe we'll have some interactive games. There's some talk with Ryan Raiter. We're going to host a music trivia night coming up via a different service. But we'll figure that out. Once you know, I'll let you know. Or once we know, I'll let you know. Going back to question number 6. Which U.S. president is the first person mentioned in the 1989 Billy Joel song, We Didn't Start the Fire? Now there's 5 presidents named in that song. Reagan, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Truman, and Nixon. But which one was named first? Harry Truman. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, South Pacific. That's about all I can get off the top of my head. Don't know how many of you guys got that. My friends Zach and Jenny, who sing karaoke, should have got that. Bet you Ryan Hype got that too. Moving on to question number 7. Wayne Brady. I'm going to mess his name up. Colin Mockery, I believe his name. Mockery and Ryan Stiles have been regular performers in at least 13 seasons of what TV series that debuted in 1998? Is it Mockery? I think it's Mockery. Colin Mockery? It's the only thing I've ever seen him in. So some other ideas for this channel. We're going to have a boxing show for those of you that are fans of boxing. I know a few of you I've talked to are very big fans of boxing. Me and a guy named Rich, we're going to start our own boxing show. That'll probably debut later this week, so make sure you check that out. That'll probably be a once every 2 weeks, just because there's not a lot to talk about every week in boxing, especially with everything shut down. But that should be a great show as well, if you're boxing fans. I'm also probably going to have a fantasy football show if we ever get to football again. And that should be debuting probably mid-August. Mid-August sounds about right. These are all plans I've laid out a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Question number 7. Wayne Brady, Colin Mockery, and Ryan Stiles have been regular performers in at least 13 seasons of what TV series that debuted in 1998? My favorite episode of this was the one with Richard Simmons on it. You should go check that one out. It was pretty funny. It's Whose Line Is It Anyway? They still appear regularly on that show, by the way, which was revived in 2013. And it's hosted by Aisha Tyler of, I believe that is Archer fame. Moving on to question number 8.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting. That's the Three Stooges.
That was Bobby jumping in there. What holiday is also called the Feast of Unleavened Bread? Once again, what holiday is also called the Feast of Unleavened Bread? Once again, all these first 10 questions are worth 1 point apiece. If you're behind whoever you're playing against, don't worry about it. In the final round, the mystery round, those 4 questions are going to be worth 2 points apiece. So you'll have a chance to catch up. And don't do what I just did and touch in my face. We don't do that anymore, but my nose itched. But I just washed my hands, so we're okay, I think. So I was writing down these questions last night. I was reminded of a very funny Curb Your Enthusiasm episode that this holiday is dealt with. If you've never seen that one, it is hilarious. Hilarious. Larry David is always great. So what holiday is also called the Feast of Unleavened Bread? That is Passover, or Pesach. We'll also accept as well. Pesach. Eight questions in. How are we all doing? Hopefully you're doing well tonight. Thanks again for joining us. Very excited to have this channel. Something to do. I built the studio down here. I hope it looks nice from your side. Feels nice to be in. Let's move on to question number 9. What European capital city is associated with the Salon, a major exhibition of art that was a prestigious event beginning in the 17th century? Once again, what European capital city is associated with Salon, the Salon, a major exhibition of art that was a prestigious event beginning in the 17th century? My friend Jason J. Bone, he was in this band Chill 7. He was in Pop Rocks when I met him, Ryan Hype's band. His music, this Chill 7 music's great to just sit at home in a quarantine, have yourself a nice beverage, relax and play some trivia. Also, in coming weeks, we'll probably have a double game. We're going to have a game at 8 o'clock, and then we'll probably have another game at 8:30. Since this was the inaugural week, we just want to try it out, see how everything went, kind of go on the timers, try to figure out how long the show is going to last. So definitely tell your friends to tune in next week. We're going to have a double event next week, so we'll have 2 games. This week is just 1 game, but next week we're going to have 2 games. We'll have a little break in between, so you can get even, too, if you lost this week. Question number 9. What European capital city is associated with the Salon, a major exhibition of art that was a prestigious event beginning in the 17th century? That was Paris. Paris, which I believe is all shut down now as well. Sad the world we live in where everything's shut down. But you look at that, feel like summer's coming. Looks beautiful. Final 1-point question of this game. Final 1-point question. Then we'll move on to the mystery round, which is worth 2 points each. This is the final 1-point question. Although closely associated with the United States as a whole, Vermont is the only state with what as its state pie? I did it again. Don't touch your face, people. And don't touch other people's faces either. That's rude. So thank you again to Chill7 to provide the music tonight. Something that YouTube will allow and gives a nice little relaxing vibe, I believe. So let's end that first, the round of 1-point questions. Although closely associated with the United States as a whole, Vermont is the only state with what as its state pie? That is the old apple pie. Apple pie. My friend Janelle, she makes a caramel apple pie that's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I never had it before. I never had caramel apple pie before till then, and it was unbelievable. All right, everybody, add up your scores for the first round for those first 10 questions, because those are all worth 1 point. From here on out, each question's worth 2 points, and it's going to be played a little bit differently than just normal questions. We call this the mystery round. And the mystery round category this week is initials to the U.S. states. All right, now this is going to sound a little funky, but you'll get it. Just going to write a better explanation here on my side here. So you want to name the U.S. state that is represented when reading the following people's initials as a 2-letter postal abbreviation. Let me give you an example. If I said current Green Bay, if the question was current Green Bay Packers starting quarterback, the answer would be Arkansas, because his initials are AR. And the postal abbreviation for Arkansas is AR. So, if you go AR is their initials, the state would be Arkansas. Everyone got that? So there's going to be 4 of these. They're each worth 2 points. So you have a maximum 18 points to get tonight for a perfect score. If you got a perfect score, that's incredible. Make sure you leave that down in the comments. So let's start with the first mystery round question. Initials to the U.S. states. Also, to be correct, you need to give me the full state name, not just the person's name or the initials. You need to give me the state name. Remember how I explained it before? So the first one is going to be the 34th President of the United States. Remember, I need the state that his initials make in a postal abbreviation. All right. Now, I'm going to give you all 4 of these questions before I give you the answers, so if you don't get it right away, you'll be able to come back to it. The second one, actress who played Brenda Leigh Johnson on the TNT series The Closer. I know who this is. I've never watched the show. Heard it's good. There ain't much good on network TV anymore. TNT's cable, so you have a better shot. By the way, has anyone watched Picard yet? 9 episodes in, 1 episode left. It's just unbelievable. If you're a Star Trek nut like I am, you got to check out Picard. Just unbelievable how they made that show. I keep using the word unbelievable because it is unbelievable. All right, the third question in the mystery round. Head coach of the Chicago Bears from 1982 to 1992. Remember, their initials will make a state postal code. I need the state, the full state. All right, and then the fourth mystery round question. Bow tie wearing businessman whose name is synonymous with a brand of popcorn. Once again, a bow tie wearing businessman whose name is synonymous with a brand of popcorn. I can put all 4 of those questions back up there. Remember, each one of these is worth 2 points. 2 points. You don't lose any points for getting it wrong. This is your chance to come back if you were behind. Remember, you got to give the full state name, not the person's name or the initials. You got to give me the full state name. The first one, 34th President of the United States. The second one, actress who played Brenda Leigh Johnson on the TNT series The Closer. Third, head coach of the Chicago Bears from 1982 to 1992. And fourth, bow tie wearing businessman whose name is synonymous with a brand of popcorn. All right, you guys ready for the answers of our first game here? Our inaugural game. Here we go with the answers. The very first president of the United States would be Delaware because it was Dwight Eisenhower, DE equals Delaware. Imagine being magically whisked away to Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware. The second one, actress who played Brenda Leigh Johnson on the TNT series The Closer, that's Kansas. Kyra Sedgwick plays her. That's KS for Kansas. Did you get that one? All right, the third one, the head coach of the Chicago Bears from 1982 to 1992. Depending on where and who you ask, he is a living god. His name is Mike Ditka. MD translates to Maryland. Maryland. All right, and our fourth and final one. Decide it all. Oregon. Orville Redenbacher, obviously. OR. Oregon. How'd you do tonight? I want to thank everyone for joining me here for this short little trivia game. Looks like we got about 30 minutes in, so that's not too much bad. Not too bad. I hope I was able to bring a little fun to your evening. Something to do while we're all sitting in quarantine. Remember to keep checking out the channel. We're going to have new updates every day. That new show with Richie's coming up soon, the boxing show. And trivia's going to be next week at Saturday at 8 p.m. We're going to have 2 games next week. 2 games. And then we're also probably going to do another Staying Home in Minnesota with Ryan Hype. If you haven't seen episode 1, please check that out. Please comment down below, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the notification so you know when the new videos come out. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Raiter Live. This is Raiter Live Trivia. I hope you had a great time.